on their way to the end of the stage there, over towards the Malvern village, flying along. Next up should be Rob Swan in the Subaru. Little chicane here on the approach to the village. Here he is, Rob Swan, in the S12 Subaru. Rob in the Elegant Hotels car, being sponsored by Elegant Hotels, and navigated by Darren Garrard from Pwllheli. Next up should be Birdie, Paul Bird, in the Frank Bird Poultry Focus. One of the most special Focuses ever built. Birdie off up the hill like a scolded cat. Possible for him to catch Rob Swan, possibly, he reckoned earlier on, but he didn't think he could do anything about Panton with the mileage that's on today's rally. Fourth on the road, Kevin Proctor. A lot of Proctor supporters here on this corner. Coming down the gears. Big, quick jab of the bar, and off he goes in that wonderful what is it? It's a 2.5 litre R5 Fiesta, isn't it? Oh, yeah. It's a bit of a mongrel, but it's a good old bus, and not quite the same as the rallycross car he drives, but he drives it well.
And say hello to Spencer Hubridge, who's watching.
Ah, Spencer Hubridge, hello, how's it going? This is the Mayers. Oh, and he captures the barrier. Barry Mayers clipping the chicane there, as our trusty marshal goes to try and right it up. He's going to put the barrier back, hopefully, before the next car comes, but dangerous trick to do that, because you can do a lot of damage. Next up is the little Toyota with no chicane now, of course. Roger Hill in the lovely Toyota Celica. Great car, fantastic. Not a Celica, actually a Corolla, actually.
Okay, I just want to say hello to Ross Hammond and Larry Biko.
They're watching as Dane Skeet comes into view in the 306. Has he done the exhaust? Let's listen. Yes, Dane has definitely had the welder out, and he's welded the exhaust. She's back on song now. Flying along in the 306 Maxi. Very successful car in its day. Next up is the Skoda R5, Tom Preston. Tom chucking it in. Navigated by Carl Williamson in the Hippo Finance Skoda Fabia R5. Going extremely well for his first run here.
And hello to Paul Culverwell and John Kendall, who's from Cumbria. Ross Hammond, just bad luck you're not here.
And here comes Rhett Watson in the big BMW. Now, allegedly, Rhett has over 400 horsepower in that car. Using it really well, put some new tyres on this morning. He wasn't going to throw it about, and he wasn't going to do any drifting, because he didn't want to wreck them tyres. But you can see there, he's putting the power down lovely. Rhett Watson in the BMW.
And if you're watching us, why don't you tell us where you're watching from?
Here's the Ryan Champion struggling to stop in the big heavy Evo. Going extremely well, Ryan Champion. Leading the Mitsubishi fight. The local Mitsubishi boys thought they could put the challenge to Ryan, but he's hammered down the stage times and is leading the Mitsubishi charge. Next up is Tony Scott. Andy Scott. Andy Scott going well in the R5. Great support from the supporters there. Load of guys from the north of England there following the Northerners. As the great support from the north there. Hey up, laddie. Don't brave Anne, it won't bring you back. Next up, we're the problem here. This car's got a problem. This is the big Mitsubishi. He's got a rear wheel damaged. Rear wheel damage. Number 12. The rear wheel was bent out there. Damage on the rear. Who was that?
Pass.
Here comes Graham Coffey in the Subaru. 17, Graham Coffey and Patrick Walsh. Catch that car up now before the end of the stage. He'd obviously been off and hit something, bent the rear wheel, lucky to be going, but probably broken a drive shaft as well, so he only had 3 wheels driving. Number 17, the great Mitsubishi. Here's Jonesy in the Mark II. He'll be slipping and sliding her in here, I'm sure. Ho, ho, ho. Lay that rubber down, Jonesy. Lay that rubber.
And the Workstop Motor Club guys are all supporting Martin Stockdale. They're watching.
Martin going well in the Jaguar engine BMW.
And Anthony Degman's watching from the Isle of Man TT.
And here's Anthony Manlow in the Subaru. Uprated to a Group A car for this year.
And he's found it a little bit of a handful on the first evening and a bit of yesterday.
Yeah, he's upgraded the car to Group A, and I think he's just finding how much of a handful it is, but enjoying himself, having a great time. Another BMW. Logan Watson. Logan had a few problems this morning with overheating. Had to get out of the stage pretty quick. Just car was getting a bit hot. But he seems to have sorted it out and on his way doing well. But not on the pace of Rhett Watson, who's leading the BM Challenge. Jeffrey Earlett in a different class BMW again. Jeff just locking the front up and then jabbing the bar and sticking them on the limiter. Maybe have a gearbox problem there, couldn't use 3rd or 4th gear, so stick it where it is and rev it to the limiter. Eddie Corbin in the Daihatsu. '29, Eddie Corbin there, running in the Hancock tyres on the little Daihatsu. Cars are coming at us now. This is the Gulf Mitsubishi of Panero. Just cocking a back wheel there on the stiff suspension Mitsubishi. Settled down a bit this morning. He got a bit erratic at one location we were.
Came into the finish enthusiastically, I think we could say.
I think we could definitely say that, yeah. He woke us up anyway. Lovely little BMW M3. David St. Hill. David St. Hill, young Bayesian driver. Settling down, enjoying himself. Always has a smile at the end of the stages.
And Marie, yes, you have missed Rob, but he's still going well.
Yeah, he's still going. The fight's still on. Birdie's breathing down his neck. Here's Crozier, Hottie in the Mark II. Greg Crozier chucking it in, leading the historic class by over 2 minutes. Don't want to be throwing it away, Greg. Showing off to the crowd, as usual. Here's Jeremy Gonzalez in the little Opel Corsa. Going well in the little Corsa to finish first. First he must finish. That's what he told me this morning. He's going for the finish. He's had a lot of bad luck with that car over the years, but he's got it all together and having a good run here. Here's Martin Stockdale in the BM. Listen to this engine. Fantastic sounding Jaguar engine BMW there. Having a great run, Martin. Been coming here for 18 years. Probably gone up this hill 4 times every year. Stilo in the big BM. Power in her through. Tried to jab at the bar, but give it the gun and back end stepped out. Little bit of a lull now. Great twin cars run at 30-second intervals. We don't have many delays. Quite a few people about. A quick pan around. Hello, everybody. Here we are at the Faith Temple Pentecostal Church in, not sure what the village is called. What's the name of the village? Wilton Hill. Wilton Hill, St. John's. As the Proctor Supporters Club are just lubricating their throats. We could have a quick rendition of Britain's Got Talent over there now with a bit of a song. Bit of a lull now. The sun is beating down on us. There's a bit of reggae playing in the background. We've had some fish cakes cooked beautifully by the church hall, and we're waiting patiently now for our next few cars. Rally Barbados proves to be quite a challenge mechanically for the cars. The high temperatures are tough on the engines and transmissions. It's a worry when these delays start because you don't really know if somebody's gone off of the stage, is stopped, whether to continue, whether to start, stop, whatever. But
David Forrester says, hello, Howard.
hello, David Forrester. Is that David Forrester from Broughton and Bretton, or David Forrester from South Wales?
Marie, we're going to be going to the end of Kendal.
End of Kendal next.
Yeah.
End of Kendal next, and then we'll go to Bushy Park for the final stage and the finish. That's the plan. That is the rallyfm.net plan for the afternoon. We may have to call in somewhere to charge our bodies with some nosh on the way. But not looking good at the moment for car. if any of our officials got any communication as to what's happening. There's a man with a radio down there. We just wander over and see if we can shed any light on the delay. Any reason for the delay? Huh? Fantastic view here from St. John's in the Malvern stage, looking down, lower down into the valley there. Cars coming round a long left-hander, running up the side of those trees there, and then a long 90 right coming across here through this little bit of a chicane just to slow them down before they enter the village. As you can see, a very narrow 90 left, so really want to be arriving there flat out. Still have, I would say, another 30 or 40, 30 odd cars to come, to be honest. So it's obviously some kind of break up in the field. And we'll come back to you when we get some more cars, I think.